Previously on the Horseplayers Invitational presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka. 25 of the top handicappers in the country met at Hawthorne Racecourse to bet 5 mandatory races with the possibility of winning over $1 million in prizes.
Even though it's a small group, it's an elite group.
I think Matt Carruthers could surprise some people.
I'm the underdog here, for sure. I mean, there's so many seasoned players, tournament players that are here. I'm not one of them.
I've had to compete with Jim Bennis for far too long, and he's nosed me out in too many contests.
Anybody in this field can win, I know that.
The competition got off to a fast start as several players won early wagers, forcing a deeper look at long shot horses that could offer a bigger payout. The added complexity of betting one optional race also increased the competition, meaning anyone could make a big move at any time.
We just wanted to cash a ticket just to kind of get the ball rolling.
I don't like to pick the favorites in these mandatory races, but to me, he jumped off the page.
My play was in the 6th race at Keeneland, and my dad taught me a long time ago there's only one sure thing in horse racing, and that's seconditis.
As the pressure mounted, even some of the most experienced players stumbled and were disqualified from the contest.
If you play enough contests, and I play a lot of them, you will make mistakes, you will miss a race, you will change something when you shouldn't have changed it, zig when you should have zagged. It's just how it goes.
But it was the youngest player in the room, a college math major who wrote his own computer code for handicapping that put the veterans on notice, winning an impressive trifecta to sit atop the leaderboard after the 3rd mandatory race.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I look and there's Kyle King with almost $3,500. So Kyle's made a move to the top of the leaderboard. What was the play? How to come about?
It was in the mandatory at Aqueduct. I hit a $43 trifecta.
And now the competition continues with mandatory wagers on 2 more stakes races and with plenty of players getting ready to take a shot with their optional plays. Welcome to the exciting finale of the Horseplayers Invitational presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka at Hawthorne Racecourse. Horse racing, it's America's original sport. Pageantry, speed, drama. And for those who play the game, the betting action is just as intense and just as competitive as the races themselves. For the first time in horse racing history, 25 of the top handicappers in the country will go head-to-head in an invitation-only contest where anything and everything can happen. 6 races, $25,000 in prizes, 1 winner. It's Horseplayers Invitational at Hawthorne Racecourse.
Welcome back to the Hawthorne Horseplayers Invitational. I'm Jim Miller, joined by the lovely Ren Carruthers. Ren, we're getting very close to the Kentucky Derby, but I'll tell you, great competition on hand here at Hawthorne. A lot of excellent handicappers and a really nice event that we have going on.
Oh, absolutely. We have 5 mandatory races on deck, 1 optional, and one of those mandatory races happens to be a prep for the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, the Bluegrass looks to be a very good field of 14 to head poster. There's been a lot of movement on the leaderboard early on, but when you have $500 going into that race at a minimum, I'll tell you, somebody can make a big score right there just to close out the event.
You can pull a Zenyatta.
You could pull a Zenyatta close from far back there and get the job done. Now, Kyle King was really good on day 1. He's more of a numbers guy, a younger guy there, over $3,000 doing good. Yeah. And Kyle's a guy that could make an impact in this tournament.
Oh, and what a genius. This guy, a mathematician, he basically has put together his own handicapping program that he spent 6 years developing the code for.
Yeah, Chris Larmy's also been very good. He's out there. Paul Hoffman hit on his optional early on. A lot of players still have optionals in the bag, so we'll see what happens, Ren. We have 3 races going forward here. See if anybody can make a move.
Stay tuned.
Tito's Handmade Vodka was started in 1995. There'd never been a legal distillery in Texas before. Bought this land out here. It was in the middle of nowhere when I bought it, but the price was right, and so it's home sweet home. And so I built a little 16-gallon pot still and put it on a catfish fryer, and that's kind of the start of Tito's Handmade Vodka.
The betting action continues from historic Hawthorne Racecourse. Let's hear from the players about their strategies to win.
Well, this particular contest, I think it's all going to come down to the last race. I think a lot of people are going to be all in, and there's going to be a lot of excitement building up to it, and it should be a crazy race.
I'm going to have to be not a lot worse than they are and a hell of a lot luckier.
The key to all tournaments is just picking winners. So if I could go off, get to the lead, and go with it, that's fine. But usually the person that wins the tournament comes in the last race because everybody else knows what they're shooting for.
I hope I'm not in the lead. I hope to be the one chasing, and I do my better when I'm chasing.
I'm probably going to want to hold my optional as long as I can, just because I want to be able to react to what other people are doing.
If you hit something, an exotic or something like that, it could just blow you right up there, close to 10 G's. But if you can't get that right mix, if you're just betting to win, 3,500 might take it.
The value I always find are in the exactas, and then superfectas would be, the only people betting superfectas tomorrow, I think, will be when it gets desperate.
The mandatory races don't make a difference. I haven't handicapped them. I don't plan on spending a lot of time handicapping them. Everything goes down to Keeneland Bluegrass 10th race. That's where all my money's going to be, and I'll either win the contest there or I won't.
My biggest challenge is that I am totally lost in the last race. I don't know what to do with the favorite because he didn't run well last time, and he was a 2-year-old champion, and I think there's about 6 horses that can win, so I'm going to have to come up with something before then.
The action is heating up here at the Horseplayers Invitational, presented by Tito's Vodka at Hawthorne Racecourse. Stay tuned for more after this quick timeout. Experience Chicago's best barbecue at City Barbecue, smoking now in Berwyn and coming soon to Orland Park and Deerfield. City Barbecue serves up award-winning Q, perfect for a quick bite, mouth-watering carryout, or expert catering. Order online at citybbq.com.
Look, you're drinking the vodka. You're not drinking the see-through frosted package. I just thought if I had any chance in the world, it'd be that if I made the vodka so good, if you tried it, that you'd say smooth. And it seemed to work out.
As we get ready for mandatory race number 4, here's a quick look at the field of horses.
All right, the guy that currently sits third in the standings right now, Eric Barlin. Eric, I'll tell you, you weren't too sure going into the contest. You felt pretty confident, but you know it's a good group of players. Did you expect to be sitting where you are at this point?
In these pants, of course. Yeah, I think I thought I had a shot, I mean, it's a great competitive field, and we're hanging in there. We're chipping away.
All right, now where was your big hit earlier on in the contest to kind of move your bankroll up a little bit?
We haven't really had a big score. We've just cashed in each race, so it's been a little bit chalky, so we've been able to hit some exactas, a little bit of win in place, and I think everybody's on pins and needles here for this Keeneland race to see where that comes out, and then I think there's going to be a lot of movement after that.
Looking at this race coming up from Keeneland in the Madison, how did you see things unfolding?
Well, after doing so poorly in the first couple of races, I decided to simplify. I'm heavy on the 2. I bet the 2, and I actually used the 9 underneath in both slots and wheeled with the try. So if the 2 wins and the 9 hits the board, I like my chances.
All righty, good luck to you, Basil. We're getting close to post time for the Madison.
And they're off in the Madison Stakes. There goes Miss Sunset from between horses. Tequilita up close. Findley's Lucky Charm, American Gal toward the outside. They stride forward now and go 1-2. Miss Sunset drops back into the 3rd position. Tequilita goes 4th down toward the rail. Amise Mesa 5th on the outside. Ms. Locust Point is 6th in between horses, 5 lengths off the lead. Lewis Bay 7th back toward the rail, then a gap of nearly 5 more. Back to Salty in 8th, Natural Wonder 9th, Teresa Z far outside 10th at the back. Opening quarter 21 and 4/5 seconds. American Gal against the rail, leading Findley's Lucky Charm by 3/4 of a length into the far turn. Now Ms. Locust Point and Miss Sunset both trying to get involved, moving up a closer 3rd and 4th around the far turn respectively. And and then further back Amiz Mesa angles wide in fifth, 6 lengths off the lead. Lewis Bay carefully looking for some racetrack. Got to find a place to run. Still 6 from the front, top of the stretch. Finley's Lucky Charm has the lead. Miss Sunset comes after her. American Gal tries to fight back. Miss Locust Point in fourth. Lewis Bay swings to the outside with Amiz Mesa. Fifth and sixth from the far outside into the final furlong of the Madison. Finley's Lucky Charm the leader. American Gal fighting on second to the inside. Miss Sunset, Lewis Bay still trying. Here's American Gal to the inside. Finley's Lucky Charm there. Miss Sunset, Lewis Bay far outside. What a finish in the Madison. At the line, it looked to be Finley's Lucky Charm getting her nose down on the wire. It will be a photo for the win. 1 minute 22 and 4/5 seconds.
I didn't really have an opinion at Keeneland. I didn't like Finley's Lucky Charm or whatever, who was magically delicious.
All the photos have to go your way. You know, your horses have to get good trips. You know, everything has to kind of unfold in your favor.
I got to ask you, Jim, you were quietly moving up the scoreboard there, but that race, you had a decent bet. First off, what was your bet on the Madison?
I had a $100 exacta box, 812.
All right, so 12.8 exacta. We don't know what the price is yet, but you should make significant movement going forward now.
I got past Kyle.
And there's been some friendly banter at the table here because Kyle had moved to the lead. Are you dishing it back to him?
Well, yeah, because he's ripping on us old guys.
After a dramatic photo finish in the Madison Stakes, Steve Schwerb from St. Louis got his first win of the day when Finley's Lucky Charm crossed the wire first. But it was the 2013 National Handicap Champion Jim Bennis who made the biggest move, nailing a $100 exacta as Miss Sunset placed by a nose to win over $5,300. With 4 mandatory races finished, it's the optional races that now offer the best chance for players to demonstrate their betting strengths.
One, primarily gold. I am at the rail and racer, and Glocken's Ghost is now clear. Glocken's Ghost suddenly 3 in front. Chant me up, baby, and racer try for second. Glocken's Ghost.
Steve, you had a little bit of luck there, I believe, at Keeneland, but then your optional came up and some luck there, right?
Yeah, Oakland's been outside closers today, so I was waiting on a race that I liked with a couple outside closers, and I caught 2-1 over 19-1 for the exacta.
Yeah, and that exacta 2-1 over 19-1, you had it for how much?
$50 exacta, paid $45 for a buck.
All right, so a nice return for you there, Steve. It moves you into second. You're about $1,000 ahead of Kyle King, who's in third right now. You're coming up to the Bluegrass as your final race of the contest. How aggressive are you going to be in the Bluegrass?
Pretty aggressive, I think. I'm definitely going to take a shot to win it all here. So,
well, a nice return for you, $4,400. So moving forward, congratulations to you on that play and a nice utilization of that optional race.
Thanks, Jim.
And Steve Schwerb makes another big move, cashing for over $2,500 with a win and an exacta in the 7th race at Oak Lawn.
Well, there you go. You got the pace backing up.
And I'm 10 wide, though. Not
you
good.
are 10 wide in this stretch. Come on. Come on.
Nope. It's gonna fly. My bomb's gonna run.
Really?
The 5's part of it, and I missed it.
We're gonna run 4th, 5th. Yeah, just too wide.
I run 1, 2, 3, 4, and don't catch.
It is Vino Rosso in front. Enticed battles him on the inside, and he's coming back with a furlong to run. Oh, what a wood this is! It is Vino Rosso in front. Enticed continues to battle him, but Vino Rosso's getting away. Restoring Hope is third. Vino Rosso Fantastico in the Wood Memorial.
Stewart's inquiry 5 against 9. They say there was an objection also. All right. What do you see?
I don't see an objection. They both bumped back, but you never know. It's horse racing. They've done crazier things. I feel good that they won't take them down, but if they do, I'll just cry about it and move on to the next race.
All right, and you look at a race like this. I mean, it's $1 million race, so you're going out there. It's a huge race. I guess they have to take a look at it for that reason. But it's definitely going to affect you. So you're hoping they're going to leave it up, of course, right?
Yeah, obviously. So, unless I'm a real sicko and I just say, you know, I want the punishment. Take me down. But no, I leave it up and move on to the next.
With a late surge, Anthony Matara, the self-described regular guy from New Jersey, finally finds his way into contention with a $1,000 score in the Wood Memorial, a Kentucky Derby prep race that many players chose as their optional, proving that anything can still happen as it all comes down to the final mandatory race, the $1 million Bluegrass Stakes at Keeneland.
Big money on the line as we get into the stakes portion of our program. Stay tuned.
They are at the post.
Now it all comes down to the wire as players make their final bets in the Horseplayers Invitational.
Watching some of the races that have been taking place throughout the course of the day at Keeneland, have you seen any bias, any way that track's playing out there today?
Actually, I mean, the track has been changing since the day began, but it seems pretty fair to me. I'm not one to jump on biases right away after a few races, but it seems like now it's a pretty good track. It looks nice. Seems like they're winning from both the inside and the outside.
I'm in position to take my shot and hopefully pick the right number and be on top.
One bullet left and $521, I think.
So I'm going to approach the Bluegrass anti-Fountain of Youth horses. So I like the Tampa Derby. I wish Quip was still in it. Flame Away is the horse I'm going to key on top of several of my wagers.
I like Marconi to win. The 4, Kanthaka. That's the horse, right? You know, I thought he ran a pretty good third behind Bolt Door and McKenzie in his last start. So I know distance is a little bit of a question for that horse, but I got to go with prices, and I like 2. So 4-6. I'm going to box. I'm going to let Marconi to win. I'm going to do a 4-6, 4-6 all trifecta, and I'm going to either come out doing very well in this tournament or goose egg.
I'm shooting for first or second, and it'll probably be $50 tries.
And the Bluegrass, I'm going to go all in. I was hoping to select somebody who wasn't the chalk, but I am going to play the chalk on top. Going to go all in with only a select number of horses, depending on how much my 2,200 will buy and get me the number I'm still trying to reach.
Bottom line is, it's $744 going into the last, and I just bet it all.
All right, just 1 minute to post here for the Bluegrass. After you make your wagers, if you can proceed for the players up here near the front of the dance floor. We're going to have everybody together for this final race of the contest.
After a big win by Todd Pletcher-trained Vino Rosa in the Wood Memorial, many players have an eye on another Pletcher horse and Derby contender, number 6 Marconi in the Bluegrass. But a smart multi-horse wager with a long shot could make or break the contest for several players. Stay tuned for the dramatic finish of the inaugural Horseplayers Invitational at Hawthorne Racecourse.
Look, you're drinking the vodka. You're not drinking the see-through frosted package. I just thought if I had any chance in the world, it'd be that if I made the vodka so good, if you tried it, that you'd say smooth. And it seemed to work out.
And they're off in the Toyota Bluegrass. Kantaka from the inside. Here's Flame Away from the outside, and Good Magic in between those two. Sporting Chance up close down toward the rail as they make the move into the first turn. And up front it will be Flame Away, who has the early lead from between horses. Got Sporting Chance to the inside, and Arawak moving up from the outside. And there's long shot Arawak up to put ahead in front as the field moves midway on the turn. Flame Away against the rail second. Sporting Chance third, joined by Kantaka in fourth. Good Magic toward the outside. One lane off the rail in fifth. California Night is in sixth. Determinant toward the far outside in seventh. Gotta Go is eighth. Free Drop Billy is ninth. Blended Citizen in the 10th position. Machismo out in the center of the track moves up 2 spots from 11th. Marconi further back is in 12th. Zing Zang is in 13th. And Tiz Mischief last to 14, 23 and 4/5 seconds for the opening quarter. Arawak on the outside challenging Flame Away for the top spot. Then a gap of 2.5 lengths to Sporting Chance, third by just ahead. Kantaka, and then Good Magic, and also Machismo, who's there to the far outside. Then California Night behind that foursome. 47 2/5 seconds for the first half mile. Flame Away the leader. Arawak begins to drop back. Good Magic moves by him on the outside. Sporting Chance in with a shot down toward the rail in third. And then Kentucky in fourth. Free Drop Billy is fifth, moving around the outside of Machismo. Here's Good Magic right alongside of Flame Away to the top of the stretch. Sporting Chance is third. Free Drop Billy fourth is still 5 lengths away. And Good Magic has taken the lead from Flame Away, coming toward the final furlong. Gap of 3, Sporting Chance in third. Free Drop Billy fighting on but fourth. Good Magic with the lead. Flame Away giving everything he's got in second. Sporting Chance third. Free Drop Billy in fourth. Blending Citizen fifth. Good Magic to the front of the field in the Toyota Bluegrass to win it for Chad Brown and Jose Ortiz in 1 minute 36 and 4/5 seconds for the mile, 150 and 18 hundredths for the 9 furlongs.
I'm here with Jim Bennis. You were the contest leader going into the last race. We don't know the outcome of the contest yet. One thing that you said, though, if you don't win, you wanted to see the favorite run well. So what's your thought process here? The favorite does cross the wire first, looks to be a clear winner.
I hope I was right that it'll work out. I don't have it.
Looking at it, you keyed around the 6th in that race. There was a whole lot of traffic late in the lane and some people that were getting a little bit excited there when the horse kind of drifted out late. So for you, just kind of looking at price-wise, do you think there's enough for anybody to make a move?
Oh, surely. Somebody hit a $200 try and he goes right by me. Whatever it takes. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously people bet supers, they can bet anything they want, so it's far from over.
Well, we'll see what happens with the result of the inquiry and objection. We'll see if it's enough for you. Good luck.
Thank you.
In addition to the steward's inquiry, claim of foul, the jockey of the 10, Free Drop Billy, has lodged claim of foul against the jockey of the 2, Sporting Chance, alleging interference during the stretch run of today's 10th race at Keeneland. Hold all tickets. Inquiry and objection both pending concerning the unofficial 3rd and 4th place finishers.
I'm standing here with my friend Chris. We've just had the final race of the tournament run, the Bluegrass Stakes. Good Magic came back after a lackluster 2018 debut in the Fountain of Youth to win the Bluegrass. How did this play out for you?
Well, I had about $2,000 and I put $1,500 to win on Good Magic. I really liked him. I thought he'd run his race. I also had a big exacta with Sporting Chance, a 2-horse. Mid-stretch, I thought I might crush the race, and the 2-horse decided to make a right-hand turn there, and so I think I did pretty well in the contest, but I'm not going to catch Jim, and I'm sure somebody else probably hit this race too. But I had a pretty good day. I'm not complaining.
Steve, we're watching the inquiry take place in the Bluegrass right now. How did you play this race?
I used a 4-horse on top of 3, top and bottom in the exactas, and then I did a 211 exacta box saver. So I was looking good there until the 2 bolted and out in about 5 paths. So I put 700 into the race because I didn't really like it all that much. And at this point, I'm just hoping to hold on for second.
Yeah, and looking at the outcome of the race, I mean, conservative might have been the way to go. Yeah, Jim Bennis, who had a pretty large lead going into that race. You were sitting in second in that spot, so by only putting 700, you give yourself a good amount coming back. Think it could be enough to hold on for second?
I'm hoping so. I didn't hear anybody cheering after the race, so I don't think anybody did all that fantastic.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the outcome of the inquiry, but best of luck, you see.
Thanks, Jim.
Paul, you were in 4th going into the last race. That last bullet has now been fired. Right. How did the Bluegrass play out for you?
Well, I predicted the winner accurately, but because of my number that I wanted to post, I had to eliminate some horses in the exacta, and I did not catch the exacta. I did have the 2-horse who was the one who was about maybe 50 yards from the finish who appeared dead right. If he'd have finished second, I would have had the exacta, and since I don't know the total yet, I don't know if that would have been good enough to win, but I stuck with my strategy. I made my play, and I did predict the winner of the Bluegrass.
The stewards have ruled that for interference of the stretch, number 2, Sporting Chance, who finished 3rd, shall be disqualified and placed 4th. Interference was committed against the 10, Free Drop Billy, who finished 4th and is promoted to 3rd by the steward's ruling. After the resultant placing, the numbers now 11, 12, 10, 2, 7.
Well, Ren, $6,000 was about what got the job done, and one guy who is very familiar with winning contests was the winner. The man on the check right here, Jim Bennis, a great day for him, huh?
Oh, yeah, and I think that his muscles are going to be pretty toned picking up these big checks, right?
Yeah, and Jim, he did very well at Santa Anita not too long ago, the 2013 NHC winner. So, Jim, come on in, collect your check. Yeah. collect your prize. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations,
You get to
Jim.
slide behind. You get to take over the check here. And this is a guy who want to wish congratulations to you. And Jim, you know what? You were a 2013 champion, but this is your home track here at Hawthorne. So how does it feel to get the job done here at home?
Great, unbelievable. I mean, NAC is wonderful. The money's great, obviously, but winning this actually is even cooler.
And you talk about it, a couple weeks ago you were at Santa Anita. You had to make a move late to get the job done in the competition there. The move happened a little bit earlier for you here today. So going into the final race in the Bluegrass, how did you end up playing that race?
I really, it's not my kind of race. I don't like the good horses. I bet off the 6. I only bet like 700, and if somebody got me, and luckily the favorite won, like we talked about earlier, and nobody got me.
Congratulations to you on behalf of everybody here at Hawthorne,
Yes.
Tito's Handmade Vodka, City Barbecue, everybody who has been able to do this show. We just want to wish you congratulations. Very nice job, Jim.
I appreciate it, and Hawthorne is by far, it's amazing the stuff they try to do for horse racing, and hopefully the other tracks can follow suit, so good job.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations to you, Jim Bennis, a winner of the inaugural Hawthorne Horseplayers Invitational.
Well, it was really a great experience, first of all. Everything about it was first class. It was great. I got up to about, I think, 6th place. I had about 1,200 going into the Bluegrass, and I went all in, and the key bet I had was a $400 exacta with the eventual winner and the eventual 4th place finisher who looked like he was on his way to get second and made a sharp right turn just before the finish line. So I guess I got down to the last second. So I had action as long as I could possibly have action in the contest. So it worked out well.
It's always fun to play against the best.
What was the high point of the day for you here?
Being invited here was the high point of the day, absolutely. It's a pleasure to participate and compete against these guys and gals.
That was nice. The entire day has been great. I mean, I thought this contest was a great concept. You know, the camaraderie in the room. I know many of these people. We have a blast. Just been a great opportunity. I've really enjoyed the whole day. I really can't pick one moment.
It's not about money, it's not about numbers, it's not about quarterly results. It's about, like, are we having fun? Like, what do we want to do next with this thing? Spread some joy, spread some love. I mean, life is hard. Let's just concentrate on the good stuff. The more you give, the more you get.